We're back with an Hold'em game with a few crazy bomb pots in there as well.
You're promising a fun episode, huh?
Yep.
Big
This is going to
promises.
be all sorts of crazy this episode. We'll see. Look.
Look
Mamba
at this.
limps. Digital Dan raises.
Oh, Stewie's got the digital Dan, but I don't think he's the type to play for the sake of a legacy.
Well, let's find out. He's thinking about it. And he does call.
Okay, Stewart.
Calling in the big blind with 4 deuces.
Would have
instead of putting
expected
in
a 3-bet more than this, especially since Dan is the one who raised. If you're going to honor the man, you might as well 3-bet him.
Well, he's obviously looking to steal at some point in this hand. It's really interesting to just call from the big
Or he's
blind
trying
there.
to hit a 4 deuce flop.
Well, I don't think that's what's up, but we'll see.
Look at that. He's got a gut shot.
This is the gutter.
You got to check raise this, Stewie.
Double gutter for Mamba.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Mamba also with the backdoor flush draw. And Mamba will be ahead if it somehow comes to that.
Digital Dan betting $100. Aldie gonna, I assume Aldie's gonna fold, and there he does. And now we're back to Stewart, who obviously the whole time has been planning on steal with this hand at some point in the hand. On this board, is he still gonna try and make a steal?
I don't know. The ace-high board, although it gives him a gut shot, is kind of a rough one. He's saying he has 2 pair if he does it. Maybe
Yes.
or a set of 3s or 7s, mostly.
Yeah, he can have ace-7. He can have ace-3.
He just calls.
Wow, this is quite something.
Would not be surprised to see Mamba check raise at this point. It would almost definitely work.
Yep. I don't hate a call, though, when Stewart calls. Looks like Stewart's got an ace a lot here.
Yeah, but he's going to fold an ace to some check raises.
This is a good card for Stewart to lead on with his hand especially.
Lead or if somehow he gets somebody to bet check raise.
Yep, fair enough. But take an aggressive action. Looks
But
like
yeah,
he is going to lead.
Leading guarantees that he gets to take an aggressive action. I like it.
Boom.
This is probably...
I don't see how Mama can call. I don't think he can call. They always show it.
Yeah, it looks like he
You can
did.
see Dan's nodding. That means he showed it.
Dan has
There
to,
it is.
Dan has to pretend he likes losing that hand because it's the digital Dan hand.
Dan thinks he was probably losing to Mamba anyway. Turns out Dan was up against 4 high and 5 high.
Yeah.
But
The money, he just got so much satisfaction.
You are correct, Ray.
You did not get an ace to fold.
I was not assuming so. Good turn card, though.
Good turn card. Yep.
Shocking how vanilla that tequila is.
Yep.
it was an interesting bet by Stewart because while Dan's saying he wouldn't have folded an ace, if Mamba was in there with a medium ace, which he really has a lot of, I think, he probably has to fold when Stewart leads and Dan's behind him.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty powerful bet right there if he can fold out a medium ace.
And he might be able to, like Dan's saying that, but it might not be true. I mean, Stewart's either got a hand like he had or he's got a 7, right?
I mean, if Dan's got like ace jack plus, he's probably calling.
Yeah, but he might fold the river if Stewart keeps going.
He might. And a lot of his other aces he may not be able to hold on with for sure.
Yeah.
Certainly. Right? Interesting hand for sure.
No, it's just, I mean, I've never played poker.
They love bluffing with the 4 deuce.
It's unique. That's like every other guy.
It's called a digital Dan effect.
Honestly.
It's like El Nino. Changes everything.
Aldie calling with the ace jack suited this time.
That's true.
All right, let's hear.
Nice flat 3.
Every decision there was an interesting one, honestly.
Yeah.
Aldie flops pretty well.
Levels.
So we're going to take a stab just to deny equity. Looks like it.
I don't hate it. Seems pretty reasonable to me. Aldie has an easy call.
8-7. Right?
7 of diamonds for maximum action,
Yeah, really.
but no.
That is a bad card for Wheel. He's even losing to almost all the draws now.
Yep. Quick.
And-
Oh!
Wow.
Not losing to the draws now, except for, well, none of them.
Nope. Definitely not losing any draws.
This is a bit of an odd spot.
How big did he bet?
100. I think you have to call his Aldi.
I think it's a call. You could be beating some value.
Is he
here.
raising?
It looks like he's going for... Wow.
Whoa there. What is happening?
What a surprising raise. Now, what is he raising for? He's got to be raising for value, right?
Trying to get called by a weaker jack?
Or trying to fold out queens. Those are the only things I can come up with.
I'd be worried about getting called by queens.
Which means you'd be worried about getting called by a weaker jack as well, right?
Which is good. We want to be getting called by a weaker jack.
Yeah.
These are some fun noises.
Wheel not insta calling here. Is he thinking about raising? He's just only holding a call in his hand. This would be a knit roll of pretty epic proportions if he. That was a knit roll of epic proportions.
That was quite a knit roll.
Like, you can decide if you're going to raise or not, but come on, you're never folding that hand in a million years, Wheel. I understand you have bottom full house, but come on. You could have trip kings.
It's a very surprising play by Aldie.
Yeah, I agree.
Really?
Is Wheel really calling with king or queen jack?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, look how long he took with sevens. He's not calling with queen jack, probably. And that means then, like, uh-oh.
Is Aldie trying to bluff a king? I don't think so.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if Wheel had exactly queens, I don't know. Queens might fold. So, to your point earlier,
Yeah.
right? But that's it, right? It's a very, you really can't attack just queens there.
No.
Wheel could have had pocket nines and checked. Wheel could have filled up on the turn and checked one way or another.
Yep.
King jack?
I think the main issue, though, is the inability to get called by worse hands.
Yeah. I agree. But the fact that you're charging yourself a lot more when you would have happily called is not great either.
No.
Like, instead of paying 100, he paid 350.
Yep.
For this same result.
Yep.
Right. Not great. They just go to showdown. All sorts of issues there. Anyway, here's Danny. So he's raised his to 80. That's because we have a straddle on the button, although we cannot see it. It's too younger.
This is a bit ambitious. We've seen Danny a little tilty recently. This is worse than under the gun when you're in the small blind in this scenario. But he does take it down.
Yep. And he shows the 6-4 of clubs. It's got to burn Stewart.
Stewart
Chili's.
will not be.
His
Chili's?
Yeah.
Stewart will not be sleeping for a week
But that was a hard sell for a while.
after his chilies got so burned.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I mean,
That this guy's
You
a
know,
lot
you
of
leave
fun
the
to
beans
play
on the
with.
burner too long and
Yeah,
they get scorched.
You know what I hate? I hate when I have just a pristine chili
Yeah.
and then somebody, I don't know, I'm not going to name names, somebody like Danny
Yeah.
comes around and
I
they just
want you to play with them.
set flame to it. They burn it.
Scorches your beans.
Oh, yeah, the chili burned.
Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
Hate it.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Don't sleep that night, you know.
Get a nice look at Digital Dan's Counting Ain't Easy shirt
Individual people.
with the count dressed as a pimp. Pretty sweet.
That's a separate thing.
Yeah,
I
no,
guess.
Fold.
especially within the confines of a chat box, no.
Yeah.
So I think we may have another straddle on the button. Looks like we do have a straddle.
We do, yes. And Aldie's going to limp the king deuce suited. Aldie's a little reeling, maybe.
It feels like a Stewart's probably going to raise his hand a lot, I would think.
Yeah, maybe 100, 120.
I think 120.
It's like right in between.
Yep.
That was nice. I was just sitting behind my iPad screen, just fucking laughing.
Oh, I
While
believe it.
people were
And he does have enough of a hand.
That's kind of what I figured was going on. And it was
That's going to almost certainly bring Aldie in as well, I would think.
Be surprising if Aldie folded now.
Yep.
I'm deeply sorry.
It's not a great hand.
Oh, he does let it go. It's not a great hand, but then why are we limping it?
Because we want to play the hand. We're upset.
Right. But
about
then why
what
didn't we
happened.
call and close the action for 90 more with 255?
Because we decided not to compound the mistake. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, would have
And-
flopped best.
Yeah. It's not Aldie's moment right now.
Pretty bad weeks in there too. There were some sick days in there for sure.
No, big miss for everyone. This is the kind of board we'd expect Stewart to bet a lot.
Yep. It's relatively coordinated, so he might not have as much fold equity overall against Danny's range as he would like, but still, it's probably worth a shot.
Look how he down bets it.
I can't see Danny continuing in this hand.
Danny taking his time.
Maybe the down bet is affecting Danny.
Maybe Danny's thinking, this button in front of me does give me some a little bit of an advantage, but
He was probably thinking those things, but also thinking, but this hand,
it's pretty trashy.
yeah,
You don't even have a club.
right.
Give me a club at least.
No.
I like the fold.
Bombpot.com.
Now maybe Danny should have been thinking about 3-betting when Stewart opened over the limp.
Yeah.
Probably going to work a lot, but it's okay to just a flat there. of
Queen Jack is a
course.
good enough hand in position
Yeah.
to see a flop.
Absolutely.
And
Are we going to have a bomb pot right now, Grant?
I can't believe it.
It's going to be a double board Omaha bomb pot. if we
Nobody's
have it.
prepared me for this.
Well, I'm going to explain right now what it is.
Okay.
Bomb pot is where everyone antes up $10. Everyone gets whole cards, and we go right to the flop with no action before the flop. So everyone gets to see the flop. And in this case, of course, we're going to have 2 boards, and it's going to be 4 cards because we're playing Omaha for this. So it's a whole lot of craziness.
So we just needed to add about 6 layers of complexity,
Yeah.
including the fact that the card reader is not set up to read the bottom board.
Looks like, by the way, we're not playing a bomb pot at all.
We're
And
not.
We were just looking at the big blind posting.
So just remember that explanation for when we do play a bomb pot.
And they took a long time. It's good for everyone to know what's
fun,
up.
but it's nothing I wouldn't say in person.
Right.
I just thought it's fun.
I mean,
it's like
It might not be a
There's
bomb
a
pot,
time
but this
to it
pot
when you
is
say that
bomb.
first,
Nice.
You know, like a Baja Fresh taco,
texting and talking to people.
fresh off the griddle.
Stop with the advertising.
Baja Fresh, where dreams go to die.
That's
Wait, that's not a good way to advertise.
I mean, all press is good press, man. There's a 7. That's wheel and mustache, but it's a chop for both of
It's a
them.
micro chop.
King for digital dance. The only way to get out of this one. Oh, how did he do it?
The digital one always comes through, doesn't he?
Will there be any money put in the pot? There you go.
Yeah, Wheel's gonna call, and maybe also mustache.
Probably not both of them. Probably only one call.
Wheel's gonna call.
Wheel shows.
He folds.
How does Wheel know?
I said no.
He's the wheelster.
Wheel magic. He doesn't have white magic like Phil Humming. He's got wheel magic,
Yeah,
which is either wheel magic or
wheel magic.
like trying to say real but not able to pronounce it correctly,
Or
like a
it's-
3-year-old. It's wheel magic.
It's that, or it's wheel magic, or it's wheel magic.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, right? Like one is like a wheel,
Yeah.
and one is that guy. He's wheel,
Yeah.
wheel magic. It's perfect.
Have you ever read the Wheel of Time series of books?
Of course, by R.R. Jimmick.
Yeah, by R.R. Jimmick. There's a lot of magic in those.
Yeah, and there's wheels too. It's wheel magic.
Yeah.
and of all sorts, different kinds.
And
of
guess
wheels.
what? They sold a lot of copies.
They
so
sure did.
Who's
So-
laughing now?
Watch out! By the way, it was the Wheel of Time series, not the Wheel of Magic series.
I thought I said Wheel of Time.
Did you?
Maybe I got confused.
I'm not sure, but I like how when your voice breaks like that. I always enjoy that.
Yeah, I know you do.
All right, now we're playing an Omaha Bomb Pop for sure. I can tell that because everyone's getting 4 cards.
Well, you don't know for sure it's a bomb pot.
I'm pretty sure. Here comes the first
Oh
board.
yeah, it's a bomb pot.
King 9-5 2 hearts.
Hey, look at that! Digital Dan has a
Monster.
monster on that board. The only hand we can see.
3-10-7.
He's got an overpair and
Rainbow.
a 3 on that board. That's pretty damn good combo.
I mean, having the nuts with some blockers. I mean, it is a bit of a redraw, but really blockers on the top and an overpair on the bottom. Dan's got to feel like $1 million.
He bets 10.
Yep, he's betting in a way so that way he's going to find if anyone has anything, and he's got the kind of hand he can absolutely push back if someone decides to put in real money here.
Stewie's got nothing.
Does anyone have anything? Well, Mamba probably just has to call for 10, right? Yeah. Will's going to call it the nut flush draw up top, and this is how badly things can go, how quickly things can go badly. And there's the nuts for Wheel. Just
But
like that.
Dan does have redraws.
He does, and by redraws, you just mean the board can pair.
Yes.
And diamonds now for Mamba on the bottom.
With a gut shot.
Yep. Dan's got to hate that. And Wheel's just going to bet right out. See how much he bet.
That's a bad card on both boards for Dan.
Yep. I like Wheel deciding to lead this. It's going to be a lot of checks on these exact runouts with the heart coming and the top card pairing.
I think Dan's just got to call.
Yep.
It's too good of a hand on top.
Nothing to do but call. Wheel doesn't have anything going on the bottom, so unless an ace comes on the bottom, they would be chopping anyway. Mamba, I assume, let it go?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
No board pair. There is a board pair there, but that's not what Dan wanted to see.
But it's a chop. Wheel, though, can bet for extreme value right now and put Dan in a really tough spot.
Yeah, if you have the... Well, he doesn't have the nuts. There is a straight flush possible.
That's true, but he's going for it anyway. Wheel knows he can only win half the pot if they go to showdown. He wants the whole thing. There's only $300 in the pot. He just bet 1.2 thousand.
This is a pretty common strategy. The issue is
Not
like
having
if
the
that
nuts.
if that 9 of hearts was the 8 of hearts, it's a perfect play.
Yeah,
But it's a slight risk here for that size bet.
I agree. Like we could bet 700 or 800 and
Yeah.
maybe have the same outcome. Dan just lets it go now. I don't blame him. He does have heart blockers,
Maybe a 7,
but
maybe not a 7.
I mean, the bottom is a bad situation for him too.
Yeah.
There.
exactly.
It's probably just to blow me off the other board.
There definitely are scenarios where he's losing both boards pretty clearly. He can't even beat a straight up top. I mean, not that he would. He'd only be up against that if, you know, maybe Wheel had like a full house on the bottom. Like I assume a 10x on the bottom.
Now, if we play this game enough, players are going to start, like, when they have nutty or nutted hands on both boards, they're going to have to bet like that also. If they can't only do that when they have the nuts on one board.
Yeah, I think you're right. We'll see if they do that. Looks like they're going to play a second Omaha bomb pot right now.
So fun, you want to do it again?
I mean, it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that hand. There's a lot going on there.
That's just like even more baller.
He's
He's
pretty legendary in the game.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but still, I assumed the setup was like he created the game, and so
it was named
and
after
so he was
him
like, I will
because
take all comers.
my
but
dad.
Wow.
Have you ever played the game at all?
Like, not in many years.
Okay, but I mean, so you do know the rules. My dad would never fear getting a lot of men sent back and
Here we go.
trying to win from that position.
Deuce, queen, ace with 2 clubs.
Well, Dan does have a club draw on that board.
Jack 10-5, rainbow.
And
Dan,
top 2 on the bottom. Dan's just going to be the protagonist in these bomb pots, I
Dan
guess.
also has a gut shot to the nuts
Yeah.
up top.
He's got a pretty significant hand. Mustache also
Whoa.
has a big hand on top and a set on the bottom.
Yeah, Mustache has got a real big hand.
He min raises to 20.
That's
This is just getting a little cheeky
unusual.
now.
People tend to defer to his expertise.
Stuart doesn't have enough to continue. I don't think. He does have the gutter on the bottom only.
But
so
nothing
just
on
can't
the
really
top.
consider anything to do with there. Danny's open-ended. Lets it go.
Ooh, top set
Mamba.
for Mamba on the top and a gutter on the bottom.
Nice.
Got some action.
Yep, we could see a lot go down here. Although, if Mamba puts in a raise, let's see if he does.
I think Dan's out if Mamba
Exactly.
raises.
That's what I was going to say. 2 more clubs, by the way. Wheel's got clubs. Everyone has clubs.
I think
Wheel-
Mustache is going to have to continue here with a set and the royal flush draw.
I think absolutely.
Well, not the royal flush draw, but the combo draw. Dan does call actually.
Mustache doesn't have a combo draw, though. He just has a club draw up top.
Oh, you're right.
Dan continues, huh?
Yeah, it's a bit surprising.
Yeah. That that 3 does give Mamba a straight draw up top now on top. Although he's already got
He's
the
already
nuts
got
up. Well, not the
top,
nuts, but
the top in good shape there.
yeah. He doesn't love to see that, of course, because he no longer has the nuts. But when it checks through
He can bet again.
to him, he is going to bet again. I don't hate it.
He does have an overpair and a 5 on the bottom, along with having the gut shot.
Still, you'd hate to get check raised big here,
Yep.
but I guess one thing at a time. 350.
Almost a half pot bet.
No, I
Or
think it's
full
almost
pot.
a full
That's
pot.
what I
Yeah,
meant.
it was 380 in
Excuse
there.
me.
Dan, I don't know if Dan can continue. Does have top 2 on the other board, but is top 2 enough in this spot? It went raise.
I don't think it's enough.
The jack high clubs with a draw to the nuts still. Also a king up top makes Dan the nuts.
Yeah, but the clubs coming in could be disaster for him.
The only thing you can really feel good about is either a jack or 10 on the bottom or a 9 club king up top. That's it.
Yep.
That's probably not enough to call this much of a bet, especially with a guy behind him. I don't think he's going to be able to call.
I agree.
Let's see, though. And he does let it go. We're on to Mustache, who, with second set on the bottom and the second nut flush draw up top, as well as a pair, I don't see how he can fold. Those 10s are just too strong, right?
I think they are.
And since he can win both boards still, like a club can come and he could win both boards.
Maybe even a queen could get him the top, or a 10, depending on what Mamba's playing.
That's true. That's true. Mustache really thinking about a king there. That's not a king. And then what's the? We can't see it. It looks like another
Deuce of hearts.
Okay, so he's got a full house on the bottom. And will Mamba go for one more barrel of?
The jack is not a great card for Mamba on top.
It's not a great card. It's not awful, but it's not amazing. But I could see him with the deuce pairing on the bottom, though. Now he's beating a lot of 2-pair combos like Jack 10 on the bottom.
Oh, it's a 3,
Oh,
actually.
it's a 3. Never mind. Looks like Mamba's really thinking about this, although we can't tell because we can't see him.
He's all in.
Okay, so he's decided he has the best hand up top and is. Can Mustache call with the set of 10s?
I don't think so.
With there's straights on the bottom. It looks
Looks
like
like-
he
yeah.
does fold it.
Can't call with the set of 10s there.
So That was basically a pot size all in, though, although it looked like more because Mustache only had 1.1K, and
It
there's
was
about
a pretty high
$1,000 in
risk
there.
play with Mamba's actual holding.
I mean, he's usually going to get at least half the pot.
Usually.
Yeah.
But
It's just a pot size bet. He's not
Yeah.
betting like we'll bet 4 times the pot.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really different. And it's been checked to you. You know, your last act on the river. I don't hate it. You can get called by lower sets on that board. Maybe. Maybe not. But either way, you get, if you're not sure if you're winning one of the pots, like he just got himself half the pot. He won $500 by going on there. That's kind of cool. Of course, to your point, the risk to return ratio, it's like you're betting 1,000 to win that extra 500 instead of checking it back, which
Well, actually, let me check.
isn't amazing.
Check out for it. Got a thief next to me.
Maybe once in a while he can get called and win both boards, but pretty rarely.
Seems very unlikely.
Mustache would have to be very strong on the top, but not strong enough, and pretty weak on the bottom.
Yeah.
But there's probably a scenario where it happens, but not too often. Anyway, we're back to normalcy.
What is normalcy, though, man?
It's Danny R raising with 6-4 off in the hijack.
For reasons.
Yep. Digital Dan's going to fold King Jack, and Mustache is going to fold as well, and Danny will take it.
Only you.
You're not the first to do that,
All
sir.
right, break time.
You're not the first.
What an ad. Oh, my God.
Never gets old.
Incredible.
Never gets old.
Did you hear all the data?
Playback, what's that?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Everything's data, man.
Big data.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
As one does.
So you're a big Star Trek The Next Generation fan? Oh, yeah.
Not season 1, but other than that, yes.
Well,
Good.
Season 1 was a piece of crap.
It's
Amazing they survived to season 2.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
Very similar to Seinfeld.
Yeah, also very bad in season 1.
Same premise, too.
I
I love you all, but
A lot of pretty good hands here.
I was about to call time on you. You didn't go faster.
Everybody's suited.
4 players.
The nice thing is Brittany calls clock on everybody.
Well, if there's 3 of any. Oh, there's 2 spades. So you got your Mamba action and
That's
top
that.
pair for wheel.
That's that Mamba flop.
That Mamba flop and wheel.
All the teenagers talk about that on TikTok.
115.
150.
Mamba flop.
Not really great when you've got 3 opponents here.
You beat me to it again.
When you're betting with your flush draw, but if you're gonna check call anyway, it's probably better to
Yeah.
bet.
This is scary.
Building a pot. Maybe you get to win on the turn sometimes.
Yeah. Also, you were the original raiser, so you have pocket kings, and they don't. That's good too.
Oh, it is your hand, huh?
Good turn for wheel.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard to fold the turn.
Do your thing.
Mamba just checks.
Mamba does pick up a gut shot, but it would be a bad straight, or the ace would make the bigger straight.
Yeah, but sometimes it could, give him the pot rather than not.
80.
Wheel's gonna bet small.
Is that 80?
Yeah, 80 into
Whoa! He's forcing Mamba to stick around here.
410. Mamba has to call. Yeah, you could raise, I guess.
He could
but
very reasonably raise.
Is that mine?
So why is Wheel betting 80? Do you think into 410? He wants to get called by worse hands.
that might be part of it. I think maybe he's a little scared and doesn't know what to do. I don't know.
Feels like if we're gonna bet 80, we should probably just check, unless we're trying to induce a raise from Mamba.
Yeah,
right?
I think once we bet 80, we kind of have to call a check raise now because of the situation we've set up here.
Well, we have a hand also that can take it on the turn anyway, but the river, depending.
Unless we improve, yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Look at this, and it looks like he has induced. Mamba's reaching deep. Let's see how much he makes at 360, and
All right, let's see if Wheel had a plan.
yeah, if he folds, I'm gonna say not so much. But it's okay to look confused here, even if you do have a plan. He definitely looks confused, but he may not be confused.
But
right?
that's Wheel's look when he's playing poker.
Yeah.
You know, even when he is definitely not confused, he goes for confused.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not saying he's confused by any means. Look at that. Mama gives him a time card. Wheel
Wheel shoves it back in his
refuses
face.
and throws his own time card in the middle instead.
That's the Wheel way right there.
And there's the call. So the
All right.
question for Wheel though is, what happens when we brick the river and the guy makes a big bet? What are we gonna do?
I like that Wheel called.
Me too.
It's a good start.
That's a total brick.
Mamba might think that gives him showdown value. It does not against Wheel's range.
It's really hard for that to give him showdown. Ace. Well, we even have the 9 of spades in our hand, so geez. Jack 8 of spades. That's the only hand in the world we're beating right now.
Ace 8 of spades.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. Ace X of spades even. Right.
Yeah.
All the nut flush draws that he can call with there on the turn. Oh, Wheels.
He's trying to discourage a bet there.
Yeah. Let's see if it works.
Anything.
This is getting meta.
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Hold on. I took.
Gives up. Maybe Wheel's bet discouragement worked.
Maybe. I don't know. You really bomb the hell out of that pot. You make it 1,000 on the river. That's a pretty tough call with one pair.
It really depends on we've had a lot of Wheel on Poker Time. I think it depends on his mood. Sometimes he's feeling a little stubborn and he's
Yeah.
not going to fold.
Well, the way he played the turn, though, feels like you have to play the turn with that hand that way if you're going to bet 80.
Yes.
You can't fold there, but that's really different than what you're going to do on the river.
I do think, and I don't think this was a factor in Mamba's decision, but I do think knowing Wheel a little bit, that Mamba giving him the time card on the turn and Wheel rejecting it made it a lot more likely for Wheel to spite call the river.
Huh. Possibly.
Yeah.
Interesting. I see we have a straddle on the button. Mustache, although you cannot see the mustache. Let me tell you, I have seen it. It is glorious.
You make this disclaimer. Is it a necessary disclaimer?
I don't know if everyone knows just how monumental the mustache really is.
I
But
see.
I'm here to say, wow. Like you don't get the level of depth of hair
Like he should be cast in a Wild West movie
as like
for mustache alone.
yeah. I think that's right.
Just shot right there. I know. God damn it. How do I let you talk me out of doing something? What
Yes.
You saved a lot of money there.
He's like, no, he was not calling anything. If not, he wouldn't have said that. I mean, come on. It's Poker 101. Holy
I
shit.
was folding to anything.
I was glad the river was
Looks like we just had a
because I really wanted to see where
the
that
button
was
just gets to
going.
win there.
Yeah, everyone's more interested in Mamba saying he should have fired the river.
Yeah.
Understandably. I like Mamba. Mamba's adding an interesting element to the game. Like a more fun element, more chatty.
He seems to emote kind of genuinely during hands,
Yes, I agree.
which is interesting.
I agree. So far, anyway, it seems like what he says is like Jamie Gold
Yeah.
back in the day. Like when Jamie Gold said he didn't have it, he usually didn't have it.
Right.
So you're saying I'm a lot?
Can I borrow one of your time cards, though? Oh, never mind. We only have
Fire
two.
off.
We both only have two.
Stuart didn't even straddle.
Ah.
The button straddle. What Daniel, are you straddling?
Yes.
Straddle 20.
Activate my steward option.
There it is.
All right, and as you can see, there's action of some sort. Looks like we're bringing it all back in, or are these folds? I can't tell. Nope, we're playing.
Just so you know.
We're playing.
So Danny straddled under the gun, I guess.
Yeah, I get, or he min raised. One of those things happen.
Much more likely that he straddled under the gun than he min raised. And Danny's waiting to see if anything happens, and so are we.
We are waiting.
This is rough. Not gonna lie.
All right, Mamba folded 10-7. That's a good start.
Hey, okay. So Stuart raised. It looks like.
To over 100. Is that over 100? Oh, Michael calls. Yes.
Oh, it was
Stuart calls.
Got
Danny
it.
checks. Okay, here we go.
Open ender for Michael. That's it.
Then I also hit a pair in the river, so you know, some showdown
Oh,
value.
yeah.
So it's a 6, but
Doesn't change anything. Michael checks again. Interesting. He hasn't taken any shots yet.
You're gonna watch it.
Are you bemused?
I wouldn't say I'm bemused,
such a stupid spot to check.
but I appreciate that you asked.
Yeah.
Danny's thinking, but yeah, there we go. Just taking his time, I guess.
Danny just is a little unhappy, and it manifests as him taking a little extra time on.
So
his decisions.
Michael's going to check call here out of position, but get there on the river.
I don't think Stewart's going to take another shot on this very wet card.
See how hard Michael checked there? That was interesting.
It's like a villain would check that way.
I mean, Stewart does have the Jack 3, and spades come in, and Stewart has a spade, so I could see him taking a shot because of that. I think
don't know,
that's the reason to do it.
It's a pretty wet card.
Right, but we have a spade in our hand. All
But
that
spades
happened.
aren't the only thing that are going to call.
Okay, but I'm saying we block some stuff that we would want to block. Michael has not taken aggressive action in the hand. He's been check calling. Turns out he has a monster. I like the play. Turns out, yeah, Michael
Well,
has a
Stewart's
huge
wallet
hand.
doesn't like the play.
You don't know that. Maybe Stewart's wallet likes the pain.
Or maybe it's less pain because there's less money, so it doesn't
Exactly.
have to strain to hold the money.
The burden
yeah.
of carrying cash and securing it, by the way. Not just
Absurd what we
the
ask
weight.
of Stewart's wallet as a country.
Who even carries a wallet anymore besides Stewart? Isn't
Nobody.
everyone- Most people use money clubs, but Stewart's really hardcore wallet based in his
No, I use Neuralink.
Neuralink.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't need a wallet because I have Elon Pay with Neuralink.
Who accepts Elon Pay?
Just Elon.
And personally, like Tesla doesn't. Just
yeah,
Elon
no, like
himself.
if I want to buy eggs, I have to buy them from Elon Musk. They cost a lot.
Doesn't he
But
live in Monaco?
he lives everywhere, man. Starlink.
It's true. I guess it doesn't matter where you are. It's a complicated procedure, though. You have to pay him for eggs. Then he
With
has
my
to, like,
eyeball, yeah.
And then he has to like get on some delivery app on his phone and have them deliver eggs to you, basically, right?
Yeah, but it's the future.
Well, I believe that. Anyway, here we go. We're seeing a lot of limping suddenly. Wheel limps +1. And Stewart looks like he's going to bump it up. With the 6-5 of hearts.
Because his wallet just needs to get a little lighter even. Am I right?
Nice.
Oh.
Wheel gets out of the way. Mustache doesn't.
Mustache-
Mustache looks like he is going to stick around.
He's like, I know I'm dominating this kid. I have a better-
That's not a call. Woo. That's a raise.
That is an interesting hand to do it with. I don't know if there's any combinatorial reason for it.
No.
I'm happy it's happening because it's fun.
All I got is he just doesn't believe Stewart. He thinks Stewart's going for a bit of a steal, which it looks like he was.
Is it possible that Mustache has picked something up on Stewart?
Maybe.
There can only be one Todd.
So what is Stewart thinking about here?
He's thinking about
I don't know where you've been
four
there
betting, I
at.
guess.
It doesn't seem like he could call very reasonably, right? It's too much to call
Especially
out
out of position, yeah.
He might be thinking about the fact that there were limps and Mustache was the third limper. Does he really have that many big hands when he's the third limper? Seems unlikely, right? That's the only thing I can come up with. What
That
else
might
could-
be what he's thinking about.
What else could he possibly be? Unless, or maybe he's picked up something on Mustache too.
I haven't even seen this much tequila consumed till I started playing with these guys.
Oh my god, the last time I drank with LA and Josh.
He's reaching, but it's easy to reach.
Maybe he's thinking about the effing mirage.
Whoa, whoa, and that is a 4-bet.
Wow, this is like 2010 poker.
Yeah, this is EPT action, insta-fold, and Stewart immediately shows it.
That was a rounders moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
I
Except
do remember.
I do, yeah.
Because I'm showing
But it was
you.
like Matt Damon very randomly decided to
Yeah.
be aggressive with a bad hand. It's kind of what happened there.
I mean, I don't know if it was random. I mean, Mustache seemed like the random play.
Well, Stewart's was a little random.
A
but
little bit.
Maybe he picked up something, or maybe it was the action of Mustache limping over
Maybe.
two other players.
Maybe there's something else.
Well, now he can go to the effing mirage.
Sometimes you just don't believe someone, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just don't believe them. And it's like, I don't care about all the other stuff. I just don't believe this guy.
You know,
and then
he-
you take an action.
You know why he can go to the mirage though? Because now they spread like 50 cents a dollar. it's not the same.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true. So something's happening here. Danny's got more money out there. It looks like he's got $40. So is he re-straddling?
I
Is it straddle and then I think he blind raised.
think it's a blinder. I don't think the technology is available for that to be a straddle.
I think you're right, but it looks like he did raise off the button straddle of Stewart. And Michael's gonna play.
I think this might be the last hand.
Really?
I tried giving you one fucking.
Well, he's gonna 3-bet the ace queen. I am told it is the last hand
It was yours.
of this episode, and Danny has to let it go.
And a momentous finish, although, we had a lot of fun that
We had
episode.
a lot of cool hands in that episode for sure. Well, there's gonna be more next week.
Yeah, we'll see you back here. Same channel.
Same time.
Whatever, it's your time. It's
It's
YouTube.
on demand.
Do whatever
Yeah.
you want.